Yes. 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 Oh my God. How's it going, guys? Good morning. We have such a day today. I hope you guys enjoyed your break. Those Americans out there memorializing our troops. Hopefully you guys had an opportunity to have a breather. Let's take a breath together, ladies and gents. Come on. Meatball's gonna come up here for a second. We're gonna breathe on 3. 1, 2, 3. Now you can shout out 21% right now. We on AMC on the pre-market has 31.58. What's going on? Literally, what's going on? I'm going to be answering those questions with you guys right now. But first of all, thanks for 85,000 subscribers. I really do appreciate all of you coming on board. Those brand new Mo Monkeys, throw some rockets in the chat because $40 is within reach and you guys are likely looking at why. So I'm going to be able to explain exactly what happened this morning as well as what you can expect for this morning's price action. And hey, if we have a good showing, we're going to be here all day, baby. That's what we're talking about. So first, let me change this title to $40 within sight. Because right now we're at 31.55. Oh no, wait. Here's what happened. To AMC. So here's what happened to AMC squeeze potential. It just completed another 230.5 million of equity in plan. It has now to go in offensive mode. Right? And excuse me, we're not trying to be offensive. We just are. We are here with AMC collecting more than half of its previous at the market offering, right? Last time it had about $500 million, slightly less. This time $230 million at the market. So let's take a look at this article to show you guys. I have to re-add all of the display captures, but we have about 10 minutes until the market's open. Let me see. I think that's fine. I'll just do this real quick. This is what I see in the background. Y'all's messages scrolling on through. Now that I have this, AMC raises $230.5 million of equity in plan to go on offensive. They extended last week's rally after raising $230 million in a new equity as it pledges to go on offensive with acquisitions. So just jumped 17% to 30.60 as of 8:15. We had even higher heights at 31.75 coming off of that high, but just about 20 cents or so. We are still seeing some pretty great gains for the rest of this morning alone. Market has not even opened. What is AMC planning to do with those cash proceeds? From the sale, 4 acquisitions of additional theater leases, as well as investments to AMC's existing theaters, the company said in the statement. Now, I cannot wait to see exactly what that means when we're talking about the creation of something much better so that we rebound even harder, right? It is discussions with multiple landlords of theater formerly operated by ArcLight Cinemas and Pacific Theaters. Oh, okay, so there might be some interesting acquisition play as well. So good morning, Swinson Terry. We got Con Air Games, Dario Colazzo, Tim Ellis, Lance Smith. Oh, I see some people are already putting which like they are in the chat. Tim Ellis, number 108. What's going on? More likes does really help out the algorithm, get us more pumps in the early part of the day. 31.82. Speaking of more pumps, we already are looking at 16 million volume, and we haven't even started to rip yet. Passed through that 161.8% retracement from January like butter, right? This is now playing on house money. We have not been up to this level for quite a significant amount of time. So hope you guys are absolutely stoked For GME on the other side, we are still up with some tandem growing pains here, or gains, let's say. $234, which is $12 in the pre-market. That's about 5%. That's okay. That's actually fantastic because we know that we are speculations of whether or not one is going to lift up the other is always true. Each time we see these fat rips in AMC, they are going to transfer over so that we have GME crawling up as well. And then when one of these has a true squeeze, we're going to transfer our attention to the other one. That's a guarantee. 3208. Now that's tricky business here because we just pushed through brand new heights. $32. Let's see if we actually had a chance to pass through. So the only time that we passed through with a body of a wick was at 3409. That was yesterday's trading in the very beginning of the market. And in 8 minutes, we might have a resurgence just like that. Look at that price action and how similar it is from this, from the same time, not 24 hours ago, not 48, but 72, right? Wait, no, even more. Well, it was whenever, today's Tuesday, whenever Friday was. Hold on, let me just check my sound. What's going on? The war cars. Okay, hold on. Let me see what I sound like. 09. That sounds good. All right, let me just turn on some lights in the background. What's going on, Slim Inc? Welcome to the Moon Platoon. You're an officer now. Now we have some lights. Now we're playing with some pretty stylish lighting in the background. SKLVAVZ79. Good morning, Moon Platoon. 102 shares holding since March. Oh, dang. Cyan Islam. Why do you think GME isn't ripping like AMC past few days? Well, we know why AMC is ripping today, right? They just raised some money and it didn't even touch the price action, right? When we were all worried about price dilution and just being like, oh no, it's doomsday, we have all of this X blah blah blah, we were so afraid. And this is just the expectation game, playing with us and helping us understand that, you know, when we make that fat money so that AMC can continue to invest in itself, that proves that they don't need to wait for a squeeze in order for going on the offensive. So AMC's heading towards the offensive now. Let's see. To $40 and beyond. Okay, my B button is not being a bro right now. There we go. $40 and beyond. About 6 minutes more until I have to ring that bell. Original Live Dog, what's going on? Thank you. Mr. Corgo is in the chat right now. Joji Source, good morning. Tony says, has you ready? I think I has become ready. Let's get going here. So on GameStop's side, let's see if there's any actual... no, it's just talking about how AMC rose $230 million. 230 million. Let's see. Mudrick Capital has made big bets on AMC in the past, helping the movie theater chain to put as a push through the pandemic. In January, the firm entered into an agreement to buy $100 million of new secured bonds in exchange for a commitment fee equal to about 8 million AMC shares. The deal also called for Mudrick to exchange $100 million of AMC bonds due 2026 for about 13.7 million shares. So... the latest deal with Mudrick might help the company reduce rent and other operating expenses if it's able to enter into new lease agreements. So AMC has been negotiating with its landlords to amend terms of certain leases. This is something that Mr. Adam Aron has been talking about since the beginning of his round robin interviews, that he made a very strong PR foundation for where AMC is headed to. And so they were talking about, you know, we need to be stronger about the deals that we make. And Fos G, what's going on? Welcome to the Special Infantry Operations Gang of the Moon Platoon. What's up? Hung is here for SLGG this morning. Sure, we'll just have that on the side to make sure that we're paying attention to it. We're watching it. Super League Gaming. Okay, we'll keep it there. We'll keep it on the side at least. So let's have AMC back to its spot. So once again, we're looking for that price action to be very similar to what we had in the day before. So that actually only started trending in the first the second 30 minutes. The first 30 minutes seemed like it was just catching a upswing after a little bit of a downtrend. So here is a bearish action to expect turmoil and tumultuousness when we actually opened up the markets. But at 32.20 was where we topped last time during pre-market. We are going to have a very similar top this morning. 32.68 was the tip of this price action. Right now we're just above $32, which means this is starting to become a pretty strong level of resistance. Good morning, Arizona. Good morning, Vietnam. Finally got to finish that movie. Hold on. Adam Aaron's tweet probably is going to be very similar to this. News here. Latest deal with Motoric may help company reduce rent and other operating expenses. We have raised funds that will allow us to be aggressive. Is this Adam Aaron's statement? Okay, let me see if I can pull up his tweeter. Oh shoot, here it is. Here it is, ladies and gents. Today, we read this backwards. We announced selling 8.5 million AMC shares at a price of about $27 each. Now that is 3x the amount of money they would have gotten at last time's at the market offering, which means they sold 3 times fewer shares to get the same amount of leverage. Well, slightly less than 3. Slightly. 8.5 million shares is less than 1.7% of our outstanding shares and is a small portion of our typical trading volume, but it gives us $230.5 million of cash to use primarily to grow AMC. Oh, so this is 3 of 5. Let me address the smart raising of equity capital. Okay, so he talks about this from the ground up. He talks about how making money needs money, right? We need more money to make more money. Adam Aaron says, first in our sights is the strongest ArcLight Pacific theaters that will not reopen due to pandemic pressures. No one is out of the woods yet, but we like AMC's improved liquidity, the increase of vaccinated people, and the imminent release of new blockbuster movies. So it's on. It is absolutely on, Mr. Adam Aaron. On. Morning from New Zealand, says Rodney. What's going on? Jonathan Booth, John De Silva. Let's see now. And Doug Yankees fan. Robo Squirrel. I like that. That's a cool name. Robo Squirrel. In our view, and this is his last tweet out of 5, this is not mindless dilution. Rather, this is a very smart raising of cash so that we can grow our company. To many of you on Twitter, to grow your company. Watch out, naysayers. AMC is going to play an offensive again. Here we come. Let me quote this tweet. Adam Aaron. Whoa. Adam. All right, 6:30. That's the ticket. Here we go, guys. Morning bell. Just one solid bell. My ear. Holy moly. Okay, ding ding. Here it comes, the morning bell. $40 and beyond. Not a meme today. We are pumped. This is Jack to the T energy here. So, oh yeah, get SLGG out of here. So we have AMC playing around with an open of $31.89, dropped down to $31, catching its breath real quick. Very similar to what happened the day before, but just spliced over to the last part of that pre-market. So here we're expecting to see if there is a paper hands in the morning. That's why we get the scissors in the chat, ladies and gents. Well, if we get those scissors in the chat, here is the chance for us to bounce at 161.8% retracement. 2970 is looking like a soft space to bounce. Let's go a little deeper. Yes. Oh, Peter Smith, I can't agree more. These tweets are talking directly to Apes, getting us psyched and getting us hype. Dewarkars says, sus AF about GME. No, I agree. There should be some, heavy thinking about why the media wants to switch. And now talk about this. We've talked about fake squeezes before. We talked about fake outs in the past week. And if you guys didn't catch that on Friday, you might have bought in at far higher average cost, right? We've been telling you guys to average down for a while, as in that is a smart investment strategy, not when you should or what price point. So those of you who are asking, we don't do that kind of financial advice because we don't do any kind of financial advice in the chat. Draculin, good morning. We just bounced at 30.45, small candle wick, but it was an infinitely small moment of, should we bounce at 29.70? A couple of the bulls said no, and now we are currently struggling back up. VWAP following our price action very closely because we already have 54 million volume on AMC side. Let's look. This is where SLGG is. Go back to GME. GME just caught itself after a flash crash. Really is a flash crash. You have to zoom in. Oh, no. 233. This went all the way down to 229, 228.78, where it then tried to retake this EMA, could not, now back down to 228.25. Our boys experiencing brand new lows today, like I said. 29.70 is the price level to watch. Watch that MACD far below its signal line here. But the RSI now saying that we have a strong reversal chance here at 29.70. RSI currently at 22, which means the oversold potential is gaining traction. I bet cheat code algorithm is going to say something similar. I'm going to pull it up over here. Okay. Let's see. 1 5-minute chart for AMC. There's that bounce. You can call it like clockwork. I don't know what to tell you, but this is just good math. Good math. So what we're looking at here was a sell signal for AMC that wasn't really connected with anything else. Kind of a soft 2 out of 4 sell signal. Did seem to take on the minute chart. No buy signal. So cheat code would have not been able to be as good as Uncle Andrew telling you where the buy signal is. Right there, 6 cents underneath 29.70. There we go. Bouncing strong and steady all the way back up to its volumetric weighted average price, currently at $30.76. Ooh, oh man. So what are the most important things that are going to happen this week? Any sunshine meetings? Philippe, I would say those meetings are already, the consequences of those meetings are already what we're looking forward to this week. We already know that SEC is making some pretty strong headway with their investigations into criminal short selling practices, something that they announced last week and the week before. Now we're looking at GME finishing up the reversal to 231. That's the next level of resistance here. Just got rejected and trending below its volumetric weighted average price now. AMC feeling very similar, but having a chance, right? The bulls are just waiting to explode. Did you see? That was like a Jackson Pollock painting right there, splattered all over the volumetric weighted average price. Holy moly. Let's see. Let's see. First time buying AMC, just got in GL all. Wall Street Cat, you're coming in and you are a live cat. That is a good sign. We need more live cats here. I'm gonna give Meatball a treat for 300. Comment out which likes you guys are. We're heading on over to 1,000. Heading on to 1,000 in the next 20 minutes. That's the goal. 227.57 is the low for GME today, and 29.64 is the low for AMC. Easy to predict here. What we're seeing here is that bounce that all of the bulls and apes were counting on, but now we're playing around with, let me just pull this up a little higher so that we can see what cheat code is saying for AMC. If you want to have your own eyeball on a different stock, or just to get cheat code to tell you where those buy and sell signals are, that is in the description down below. Okay. Jackson Pollock. Just comes to my mind. I gotta culture my own analyses here. Okay, 227 seems like a strong AF level of support here. We have 2 touch points. I'm assuming that we touched similarly around the pre-market or maybe during price action yesterday. If we can get 3 touch points today, that is going to be iron tight. Again, you guys deserve to come to this channel and just pick up what happened earlier today, right? Adam Aaron telling us $230 million is in AMC's bank account. What to do? And perhaps watch out ArcLight and Pacific Theaters because they are getting saved, right? AMC is the hero that we need right now. Kill Gang says bullish. Yes, a strong clean bounce from this line is much better news than just upward, right? We know that early morning pre-market bullish momentum is going to be over bullish, is going to be overbought. So that's why we want to be able to see some strong proof on paper that we are not going anywhere lower than 29.64. That is how the technical analyses do. That is just making sure that we have the tendies in the barn, right? You need to have proof. And right now, the proof is in the pudding with how strong this 29.70 floor is as of right now. Number letter says the chain is only as strong as its weakest link. So we're watching you. The Prison's Dilemma is going to start any day now, non-stop marching. If you want to think about the history of the squeeze, we are getting real close to gearing up to the very first rocket. Why? Because we have had non-stop growth, 20% growth on day over day, except Friday, except the end of last week. But that's a small anomaly because we knew of how many calls were going to be fought over tooth and nail. And, you know, to be fair, they did a pretty darn good job at it. They did a good job, but today we're going to do a better one. The shorts have nothing on us. All right. So glad to be back in the seat. AMC, what just happened? Bradley Coors. Philippe is saying, so Citadel is going to go long opt on their shorts, but that can't really save them at this point. Once Ryan Cohen gives out the results of the vote, then Fed will follow strong after. Philippe, I think that you are on to something. And yes, Citadel has some like shares on this. But we already discovered last week that they were really mainly to try and induce some panic-inducing selling action, which didn't really work, right? It had the opportunity to prevent a good amount of calls, our brave calls that expired out of the money back on Friday, but still feeling pretty positive. Still feeling very positive because it's very similar to at-the-market offerings that we didn't expect, right? We wanted to see that there is going to be some buckling against the floors that we were hopeful for. But now we're looking at AMC and GME as a larger narrative here. Dewarkar saying, GME 235 fat wall. Check it out. Yeah, I will. Yes, I will. If you guys haven't had a chance to look at option sonar yet, I'm going to go pick it up right now. So we're going to have this like here. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of that. Move this up. Pull this out. That's pretty. I like it. I like it. Okay, so now we need to pull this up. Boom. Now we have some trading view here. So let's look at the GME walls. Any possible walls here? Active strikes from May 28th. Let's look at the options chain from last week. We saw the suspicious $11 million put wall at out of the money puts. So usually we're looking at in the money puts that are suspicious. GME looks to be above water as of right now. Even has an opportunity to try and retake 231, now just trading slightly below it. Its VWAP is giving its opportunity to bounce. So 229, watch for that reversal. AMC, on the other hand, this is from last Friday. Looking mostly positive for a $40 roll-up for a gamma squeeze in the making, right? Usually the options chain ends here. Now we're going all the way up to $60 at a $10 million call. That's not peanuts, right? Some substantial bulls are coming in to the far side, the right side of the skew. Okay, so feeling pretty positive here. When Lambo is going to be the question all week. Dude, where's my Lambo? Says number letters. You're not wrong. We're asking. When is that Lambo? 228 all the way up to 231. That's a $3 rip in 3 minutes. GME now pushing at the same time as AMC is. Now this bullish action is one. So here, let me explain with crayons. Allow me to explain with crayons. Where's my crayon machine? Oh, there it is. Whew. Okay, so there's two ways to be able to account for this bullish covering of price action. So we have AMC trying to reach back up to its VWAP, already getting rejected here. 3 of its indicators are currently trending at the same pace. And right here is consolidating at $30. So this is about to become, if AMC can break through, one of the strongest floors, an ironclad platinum bang bang floor for the rest of the day. Now that said, we also have once again that bounce that I mentioned here on GME's price action, right above here, where we were expecting the bulls to start taking advantage of the fact that we have some pretty substantial, we have a pretty substantial gamma ramp put in place, right? All the way up to $440, there's $3 million there, a really large one at $300. This counterbalances the large put wall that we saw on the 21st, starting to become infamous here, right? $63 million of puts in the money. So that is something that we're going to have to keep contesting until they run out. We have no idea how many of these puts have yet to be exercised. Okay, so AMC, back to that. Pomerantz Lip LLP is opening investigating claims against Credit Suisse regarding securities fraud. Ooh, I got to look that up. I got to look something up. Fierce. Real Mr. Miggs giving us the good down low here. Okay, coming up, this was either going to be a strong point of contention for upward momentum or a soft cradle, a parachute for our downward momentum. So right now, it doesn't seem like we want to be able to push past all 3 of these technical indicators here. The EMA has been breached, the moving average has been breached, but the VWAP once again gave us the smackdown. So this bounce here is actually being supported okay, right? We went all the way back to 231. Seemed like this tight $2 band between 233 and 231 is giving us the opportunity to consolidate give the bulls a little more a chance to breathe and just understand what they're up against. Okay, rejection here, but it'll be brief. About a 30-cent rejection. You have to actually watch for both of these because any sort of strong bullish indicator for AMC or GME is going to be the same for the other one around. So I'm just trying to like consolidate both of these charts in my mind. All right, come on. VWAP here. So GME feeling a little bit more volatile, but AMC saw that 21% rip this morning, pushed past $31, was at 32 for much of pre-market before we jumped on, and now feeling like it's caught between a hard level of support and its VWAP. It's like between your mom and your dad, right? Your mom says, you know, you have to go to your room. Your dad says, no, my kid deserves to have a martini. My kid deserves to have Tendi juice. And your mom's like, no, it's time to go back. That's where the bulls and bears are disagreeing right now. Okay. Slips through the VWAP, but now has an opportunity to bounce, delayed bounce off. Still currently trending at that VWAP for GME right now. Okay. Stay tuned for a reversal here. Now, the VWAP is playing with GME, the opposite of AMC. See, it's supportive mother here. Supportive single mother is what the VWAP is for a GME. For AMC over here, it is tiger mother, helicopter parent. Okay, hold on. Let me ask for some questions. We're still waiting for the short squeeze? I doubt it. We're actually waiting for gamma squeezes in the making for later today. Lake Thibodeau. Luke? Lake Thibodeau. What's up, Luke? Oh, man. The FUD is so unreal on our beloved company, says Matt Smith. Buy and hold, apes. We will win against all of the BS in the market. Can't agree more. Cannot agree more. Okay, let's take those drawings out real quick. The only thing that I'm waiting for is right now this price action level and this price action level. Right? It's too similar. It's much too similar to call it a coincidence. Right now, AMC is facing a ironclad floor. Right? The fact that we even dipped below that 2970 at all is looking suspicious AF, but for now, all we're looking at is the fact that there is some tight consolidation here with the VWAP holding us and the EMA and MA. They're like goody two-shoes brothers coming in, dropping down the price action, but giving us an opportunity. So once we have a clean break, it's over. Once we have a clean break, nothing is going to stop us from reaching the 32 heights over here, which is where we were rejected earlier during the pre-market. Now, that said, if that does happen, here's what I'm afraid of. Tandem growing pains, which means growing gains, but pains as well. If we hit this floor, sorry, if we hit the top of 23.6, I can only see some price action struggling there. There it is. Clean break, has to be clean. So if this price action gets stuck here, we might, if AMC's bullishness brings up GME might face some bearishness up at 233, which means the AMC might get stuck earlier than 32.24. Can I say the words ascending level of resistance for which stock? I can say it for GME. For AMC, we got resisted here at $30. I don't see an ascending level of resistance quite yet. There it is. Man, I wish I can clip that. This feels great. Ladies and gents, hope you guys had an excellent Memorial Day. Let's just get a little bit of energy up and started. Mr. Meatball there. He has actually a doctorate of data science from the University of Cornell. But that said, here we are looking at some pretty strong indicators of what AMC and GME are going through. We just charted this out live. If you guys want to track us live, make sure that you already have that bell button turned on. I know most of you are subscribed. We have one of the best figures in the nation of YouTube creators that are giving you guys the information that you need. First of all, why did AMC see major 20+% rips in the pre-market? Currently 50 cents below where it needs to be. What that line that I drew was where we were rejected earlier this morning at 32.68. That was 5 minutes before pre-market is over. And now we're looking at some pretty clear and compelling images of $40. Just actualize that. Think about that in your brain and see it come true. Now, the information that you guys are looking for, right? We have Mudrick Capital coming out, making big bets on AMC and GME, and today is clearly no exception. AMC just raised $230.5 million of equity and plan to go on offensive. Now, if you guys remember this from 2 Thursdays ago, that was where we saw that humongous 35% day on AMC. And that day had 300 million volume. Now, that said, compared to last Friday, that is now starting to feel like an exponentially smaller figure to roll past. And yet, we're still feeling very positive about the fact that we had just made a ton of cash for AMC and that price action didn't even falter. Right, so that's why we heard about the news this morning. Adam Aaron gave us the rundown, which I'm going to now cover in 5-part tweets with my best Adam Aaron impression. Here we go. Ready? And let me address the smart raising of equity capital. I believe one of the best things AMC did in 2021 was to raise $428 million a few weeks ago at $994 per share. So this is exactly what we just mentioned. 2 Thursdays ago, they made $428 million when AMC was slightly more than 3x smaller in terms of price action. So rather than dilution affecting AMC badly in the short term, as some feared, we greatly strengthened AMC. So that is the thesis, right? We just read this part of what Adam Aaron, Mr. 1 out of 5 for his 5-part tweet, and each part is super important. The very first part of this conversation is how does AMC rip, right? We're talking about why do these things happen when expectation, oh my gosh, data is king, but expectation is queen. So important to the process of bulls and bears deciding where that price action should and shouldn't go. We are seeing some terrific opportunities to pick up important theaters from other faltering chains. This can be a real way for AMC to grow again, creating immediate value for AMC shareholders. But we need more cash to get these theaters under lease. So now he's already talking about why. This is so important to be able to be an effective leader is I want more cash. It's not about catching the squeeze, right? They sold at $10 to make more money for AMC. Then they sold more at $27 to make a little bit more money for AMC. They're not greedy. They're not here to make light of the fact that the squeeze is imminent. It's that they want to be able to take this advantage to tell us how jacked to the A-tobits, jacked to the T's they are right now. About the fact that AMC just saw another 20% of price action and almost nobody blinked. I bet you guys woke up this morning and you looked at your phones and you were like, yeah. that's what I reacted as when I saw 21% up. Insanity. It looks like Odin Trades over here is buying AMC every 5 minutes. Don't copy him, he says, because we don't give financial advice here, right? Adam Aaron coming out here today. We are now selling 8.5 million AMC shares at a price of about $27.12 each. 8.5 million shares is less than 1.7% of their outstanding shares. He's making it seem small to show how much weight he is going to be able to throw around with this much money, this much extra money that, once again, they told us, right, why they want to be able to have more money on hand, because they're looking to expand and strengthen their position on existing theaters as well. It's a small portion of the typical trading volume. That's very true. It gives us $230 million of cash to use primarily to grow AMC. Speaking of how little of this price action that actually is, $8.5 million was accomplished. Look, let's see what this volume number was in the beginning of this video. I bet that 8.5 has already been traded within that much time, right? We are already seeing 114 million, and by the end of this video, you might actually see 8.5 million go by. So watch this counter. Make sure that you guys have already commented out which like you are. If you guys haven't yet, we're on our way to 1600 on this video alone, right? Let's look. First, in our sights, what is Adam Aaron going to do with all that money? Are the strongest ArcLight Pacific theaters that will not reopen due to pandemic pressures. No one is out of the woods yet, but we like AMC's improved liquidity. I like how he is not making AMC see like a predator in this case, right? That we are coming in as a savior in helping out the theaters that cannot reopen due to whatever economic, cultural, political climate that they're currently facing. The increases of vaccinated people and the imminent release of new blockbuster movies, right? He's talking about what the CDC has done for AMC, but internalizing that value so that shareholders can understand, right? More people are getting vaccinated. More movies are starting to get released, and that is a snowstorm, a blizzard of positive price action waiting to happen. In our view, this is not a mindless dilution, but rather this is a very smart raising of cash. If he can toot his own horn, please go ahead. I'll give you a second to toot your horn at home. All right. So this is a very smart raising of cash that we can grow our company. To many of you on Twitter, to grow your company. He's talking directly to Apes, Bullish AF. He's talking to you right now on Twitter. So watch out, naysayers. AMC is going on play offensive again. Here we come. 5 out of 5. It is Adam Air on, right? We are looking at that price action, lipping our chops, oh my gosh. Oh my God, licking our chops very, very hungrily. Look at that line that I drew in the sand, 31.69, getting close to hitting it. And if we get a clean break from that level of resistance that we were hitting this morning, we're going to see some major price action upward here. We hit 32.70 in the pre-market, but we are likely going to have to face 31.69 or $32 to be able to have a full entree of the technical indicators that we need to see. You might have also noticed that GME is facing a little bullish pennant right here, a small wedge that could mean some pretty significant price action coming in the future. So if you guys want to see that GME video, I am also going to upload something very similar for that. If you guys want to be able to take a look at what cheat code is telling us, especially since that was a 4 out of 4 buy signal for Mr. AMC. If you guys take a look, I'm going to pull down and look at those 4 dots here. Well, that's 1 here for the swing, 1 here for the squeeze, and 2 here. 1 for being in the Bollinger Cloud, and 2 for the buy signal. That 4 out of 4 buy signal was brought to you by Cheat Code Algorithm before anybody else could have told you what was up. So if you guys want to be able to start investing in your easy peasy technical indicators to understand when to swing trade, right? It's a risky business, but it certainly is in the description down below. If you guys haven't gotten your own Webull, this is what it is, right? The trading app that I'm currently using directly in front of you. Get your 2 free apps, stocks there, as well as crypto mania, right? The bloody crypto bull market that happened earlier yesterday. That's something that you can pick up $250 of free Bitcoin for on BlockFi. All in the description down below. Thanks so much for making this happen, y'all. The Patreons are especially important. I want to give you guys a quick chance to look at them. We're not done with the live stream. We are just gonna keep soldiering on. And for now, but not for forever, we'll see you in the money. Okay. Whoop. That was just a quick segue of early morning action, because that is humongous, guys. Getting that energy level up, because I can only say with absolute certainty that we're gonna see another one of these strong buys again. We were just dipping into the bottom of that Bollinger. This is currently on the 1-minute chart for AMC, right? So this is a lot more for the swing traders, those of you who are just buying and holding. That's what this show is for. We're already giving you the signals that you need to pick up for the macro price levels here. Hold on, Viper RSW. If you own shares and we own shares, doesn't that make it he's talking to us? Yes. Yes, he is. But during that time, I wanted to be rhetorical and be like, he's talking to you. at home. Let's see. Okay, let's look at this price action. Taking a siesta all the way back to its VWAP here. The GME price action has already dipped past its VWAP. So you might say that the only thing holding it back is this singular touch point at 227. Slap, slap, slap in that ass here. Let's see. Gotta drop likes on all the AMC vids to make them go viral. That is the most important piece of virality, is engagement. YouTube white papers 2021. God, the algorithm. That evil, evil algorithm. Okay. What kind of questions you guys have? I think I saw a couple of bright eggs, a couple of bright apes in the chat ask a couple of cogent questions here. 567 says numbers letter. What's up? Roaring Kitty tweeted John DeSilva. Do not joke around about Roaring Kitty. I'm gonna check for you guys so you guys don't have to. My crayon drawings. He did. Oh my god, I have to check if this is copyrighted music. One sec. It is. It's copyrighted music, but what I'm gonna say is that it's the Star Wars hee ha ha music. So it's 6 stinky cats, a TikTok account or some sort of like social media account. Roaring Kitty has just confirmed by John DeSilva, just tweeted. It is the cat on, you know, some sort of wall fixture, and he's currently lit underneath its face like a Halloween effect, and the music is going dud 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 dud. Okay, so that's what's happening right now. Ashley Kitschy, what's going on? Why do you think leasing more theaters is a good idea? There are already tons of empty theaters. Leasing just adds more bills, which equals debt and another dilution. Ashley, that is not a bad question, but here's the better question. Would it be worse if Adam Aaron came on and said, I want it for $230 million, and the answer is, I want $230 million. No, of course not. We want the perception of being able to look forward with blinders on, working so hard to make cash for you, right? If they want to get a little bit of extra money, I wish they actually added that to a specific investment, but he had his head on his shoulders, right? He had 5 parts of exactly what he was hoping to do with that money. Sean Largay, thank you so much. I'm just gonna pin your comment here because it's just so nice. This is the most supportive community out here. Ebony says, please help me buy lunch. I spent it all on AMC, which makes sense. Makes sense. Can I please pull this? Yes. So Sean, you're going to be one of the first pinned comments for the rest of the day. I'm going to put you right here. I have so many files to have to clean up today. I just had a time. If you follow me on Instagram, you would probably have a good idea of where I was during the Memorial Day weekend. Hopefully you guys had a good one yourselves. We're just here wondering, checking in on you. What are you guys doing? Any cases, how and why are these stocks so closely correlated? First of all, apes are apes, right? So the buyers are dealing with the same population of people buying AMC and GME, which means they have to calculate how the buyers of both stocks are going to react when one price action leaks into the other. Second of all, ETFs, right? This has been the commonly accepted explanation that there's ETFs linking both these stocks together, and when one of them dips, it causes, since they have a good proportion of representation in that specific ETF, they would then cause one of them to start ripping or the other one to start ripping. So that's why I'm also considering the price action of both of these whenever I'm thinking about, well, look at GME right now, right? It just pushed through its 231 level of resistance, but now has a pretty hard roof here, even if AMC starts picking up that the phantom gains of analogous price action. It won't be for long. 6 stinky cats means GME to 6K. There we go. Someone thinks that they see Bitcoin eyes in that cat. Elaine Hoffman holding GME at 255. What should I do? Elaine, you should brush your teeth, right? Go and have a really good brunch today. Maybe think about having a look through all the links down in the description, especially the ones that give you free stuff like free stocks and free Bitcoin, and then consider a financial advisor, because I am not one. But boom, there you go. There we are. Clean break. Holy moly, GME clean break past 23.6% retracement. This is good. 236.49 right now for GME. What's going on, guys? Hey, Meatball, have you seen this? We're looking right now at GME ripping past its 23.6% retracement. That said, right, we're looking at completely different levels here. AMC and GME, both of which are doing their things right now. 29.7 is the level that was giving AMC a ton of trouble. We eventually closed underneath that price. That's the previous close here for AMC was all the way back at 26.12. So that said, we covered a lot of distance today, getting as high as 32, but this is a GME video. I want to be able to cover exactly what is going on with this stock. Only 2 million volume, but looking 6.5% on the day, already trying to pass up to not only two levels of resistance, but the dreaded 23.6% retracement of its January height. That's right. It's in relative terms pretty far behind AMC's price action, but we have seen these tandem price action before, and now that GME is ripping to the high heavens, we are looking at AMC in tandem coming up, hitting that simple moving average. And once again, we talked about phantom pains before phantom pains and gains. Why exactly do these stocks have so much in common? Well, we talked about why AMC's bullish indicators were for today. They completed another at the market offering, got another $230 million. They are looking positive, right? And Roaring Kitty seems to think so as well, right? I can't play the music here. It's some Star Wars music, but it's a cat on a ledge, and it zooms in. Dun, 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 dun. It's pretty impressive. It's the first tweet Roaring Kitty has put out since mid-April. So first day of the month, beginning of a brand new saga, perhaps. Roaring Kitty said that he was done with it. And now that he has tweeted, it may just explain what we see in the price action here. That tweet from 7 minutes ago, that price action was from 4 minutes ago. Seems like a lot of people just started to pick up on the fact that as supply and demand, we had no supply for Roaring Kitty tweets, and now that we have one, that demand is going to meet it. Right? Everybody's got to go see that Roaring Kitty tweet, and now that we are looking at the volume crawl up, we are looking now at a much more positive day. Where does GME's price action have to go? Have I seen Ryan Cohen's Tombstone tweet is asking Jacob Moore? Yeah. We are also going to talk about the GME NFT. Actually, I had this article pulled up from a while ago, but crypto, GME, NFT.GameStop, Superstonk. This is how I find the articles that I'm looking for, because you want to be able to understand that GameStop has already opened up a NFT like store, and that's official. You cannot spoof nft.gamestop.com. So here's what that looks like. Change the game, right? We already have an Ethereum logo here, so it looks like GameStop is going, if they're gonna start pumping out some NFTs right now. So far, it's just a GameStop with an Ethereum logo here, with power to the players, power to the creators, power to the collectors. I'm scrolling right now, so I get to control what this little thing does. We are building a team. Love to see it. The reason why AMC's price action was so bullish was because they were talking about acquiring new theaters and expanding their existing ones. And here is where this is where GameStop has shined in the past, shown in the past, because they want to be able to invest in themselves, right? When we saw the hedge funds starting to gut their forces, we saw GameStop opening up thousands of new jobs. And right now, they're looking for some pretty solid talent, right? Solidity, React, Python, designers, gamers, marketers, and community leaders. And if you want to join the team, add it to NFTeam at GameStop.com. I like how they're already playing around with some wordplay here. But the most important piece of GameStop's price action is not just tweets, because those might be unpredictably difficult to gauge when those might happen again, but the options chain. Well, and something that we saw earlier on the 21st was this in the money $300 strike price, right? We have to remind you guys of what it is, because we don't know how much of these puts have been hedged and how many remain to be hedged. But at $63 million worth, it might seem like a drop in the bucket, but it is highly unusual. Let's take a look at last Friday. And just for you to understand what a usual amount is, right? This is still unusual. This is $150 of out of the money puts, right? Someone is expecting GME to go back to $150, not seeming like it's going to be in the near future, let's say. But people are now buying these puts that are worthless unless GME goes back to $150, something that we have not seen in a good amount of time, especially since price action wise, not seen it, but put wise, we haven't seen this much out of the money puts. But the options chain looks strong to carry us over to $300. Once again, that is right underneath those $63 million worth of puts at the $300 strike. So we are looking at GME positively. And if there's no other way to be able to look at our stocks in the best light, it's with cheat code algorithm. So let me pull this a little higher. Not bigger, just higher. This is AMC's cheat code algorithm on TradingView. The way that we use this app is to tell us when there are 4 out of 4 signals here. For example, on the minute chart, we're looking at a buy signal inside the Bollinger Band and a squeeze signal and a swing signal. So right here is where AMC was facing a reversal that took, and now we're facing some sideways trading action. Let's see what it has to say for a GME. GME, it looks like it took a buy signal here and a buy signal here. So if you had an opportunity to double dip and buy in, you would have been able to catch these when cheat code algorithm gave you these buy signals. And if you caught in at 229, you were sitting pretty at 242, right? These are small rips, which is why we're on the minute chart. If we want to look at larger ones, look at the hourly and track when these have been successful runs and when they have been bearish pullbacks. And now that we have pushed past not only 1, 2, 3, but rejected at the 4th at $244, and GameStop is clearing the way for good price rips today. So if you guys don't want to miss a single thing, I think most of you have already clicked your bell buttons, but if you haven't yet, they are there to make sure you don't miss a live stream. And if you guys want to make sure that you have already given yourself the opportunity to access the markets in multiple ways, accessing with Webull, which is my preferred way, is entirely free and will get you 2 free stocks on the meantime. And finally, if you guys hadn't had a chance to take a look at the join button or the Patreon link in the description, it does support the show. We're going to keep on trucking through the morning hours of the stream. But if you guys wanted to come back and check out what we have to say later, the best way to do it is to subscribe. On our way to 90,000 subscribers, we're going to have a major giveaway with swag and with little rockets like these ones. So as a reminder, you are awesome, you are appreciated, and we'll see all of you in the money. Peace. Okay, all right, enough of that. Just wanted to track that the GME price action and why it's happening in a concise video. So there that is. Jezebel says, get it, GME. GME says, hold my beer. So Jacob Moore, have I seen Ryan Cohen's tombstone tweet? I have. I think that has been old news for a while. I don't want to interpret Ryan Cohen's news, especially since it could be, it could get him into trouble. So I'm not here for that. Thaddeus Coastal says, did you guys see the DD this weekend about the theory of the bust out? No. Bust out. I'm assuming that's going to be in Super Stonk. Yes, I see it. Amazon, Bain Capital, and Citadel bust out the competition. Ooh. You know, I like it when that busts out. American Dream, what's up? He's coming back in. And DeWarkers, 186 GME shares and 257 AMC shares. Let's go. GME, brrr. DFE tweeted, that's right. That's what we covered in that video a second ago. DFE did tweet, it's a cat going like bump, bump, bump. No, it's not. It's some like da 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 music. Oh man, this is what happens when I don't prepare any water for myself in the morning. I just get parched. Oof. So GME taking a breather, coming back down. You know, it had its moment. The AMC is like, you're good, you're good. You had your moment. Now this doesn't match up to this at all. Right? Let's go back to the same time frames here. When this rip happened, which looks like a 5-part impulse here. 1, 2, 3. Now this 5-part impulse doesn't have the same subwavelength, which gives me pause. Why is the subwave so much shorter than this one? But it is a pretty clean and cut impulse all the way up to 3165. That was taking place when GME's price action was entirely flat. When AMC stopped ripping and started to consolidate underneath its VWAP, that's when GME started taking off. Very tricky, very interesting. Highly unusual. Highly unusual. Jim Dando says, maybe it's me, but math seems a little bit off between viewers and likes. Let me know your thoughts. I agree, Jim. That's my conclusion entirely. I hypothesize that the like counter should be 3 times, at least 3 times this size. Cora, yes, I will. I will join quick. You got it. How do you get cheat code algorithm? It is in the description. And is it free? No. But watching the show is free. So you can watch the show and then I'll have cheat code algorithm up here. It's just that if you want more finer control over what you look at, right now I'm looking at GME, right? If you want to look at AMC, for example, or if I'm about to switch to AMC, but you're like, please, no, stay on GME, that's when you get your own. Second Xbox. Land with natural water source is a very smart investment. Is that a reference? Because that's a very good, someone's playing Civilization. There must be buy pressure in the atmosphere. Truls Hogland. Love Truls. All right, so we're taking a dip below 237, but the bulls will not let that stand. Already taking a step back up above 237. And if the simple moving average is not going to stand in our way, we're going to slide back up. Isabel says it's very operatic. Can you check out OEG? What the hell is happening? +1 for your time, says Wally and Eve. Aww. OEG. I'm just going to take a look. 60% up on the day. Let's see if cheat code could have caught that. We're going to be back to GME in a second and AMC, but OEG. No, cheat code did not catch that on the hourly. And that's disappointing because some of these stocks, when they randomly rip, you're not going to be able to catch them in time. There's that buy signal, but it's a little too late. Well, it's a little too early. And here it is. If you're watching OEG on the 5-minute chart, sub 5-minute chart, you would have seen 3 out of 4 buy signals here. No squeeze indicator, but I mean, I would consider this a squeeze. I would definitely consider this a squeeze. Some coerced buying seems like it's underway. 60% doesn't just happen. So if we do a little bit more digging, I'm sure we'll be able to find out exactly what, but for now, we are going to keep it on the back burner, right? It's fun to explain runaway stocks, but that's what it is. It's a runaway. It's far and away from the correct price level. So for now, just wait for the bulls and bears to fight it out. Come back in when there's a little bit more signal of where the price action is actually going. People are saying good time to buy as AMC's price level gaps down 30 to 29.49. YouTube is having field day. Really, truly, YouTube is having like a huge day for how much AMC is blowing up the search radar. Everybody must be like, I need to know what's happening. What in the world? I think yesterday was the first day in like 3 months that I haven't posted a single video. Yesterday I was just enjoying my Memorial Day. I wanted to post something real bad, but I got back home at like 7. No, yeah, I got back home at like 7. So there's no way. The top selling group on the planet only took like a month. Oh wait, I want a BTS sandwich is saying something about something. You took out TIRX. Yeah, we can look at it on Ortex. Can we look at it on Ortex? Let me log in. We can as soon as I can pull up Ortex in a second. AMC and JB not on the same wavelength today. Yeah, they're slightly off. But their shapes are very similar, but when they rip is slightly off today. They're still sharing those dips though. It's like a friend of a friend. They share each other's dips. What the H is the AMC volume over 150 million? Yes, you're 100% right. That is the volume at which we are dealing with here. Hold on, let me change this. Insane volume. Because of the tweet, yeah, I'm assuming that Roaring Kitty's tweet is the explanation of I'm almost sure that this is why a GME just ripped. And Roaring Kitty probably knew that, you know, there are repercussions to what one as popular as he will do. Let me stretch a little bit, and then I gotta remember I need to talk to my B key. Let me pull this up over here. Okay, sweet, sweet. Mehmeti says I like turtles. Ashley Kitcher says thank you. Kilgore, what's up? Good morning. Sergio says what? Damien Paris says DFV dropped a tweet. I see it. I'm looking at it. I love it. I'm all about it. Come on, this B key only works half the time. That's when you know I need a new laptop. Now, if I know a jib, that's what it is. Come on already. Hit $36, says Mehmeti. He really wants that to happen. Meatball's a well-rested boy. No, I agree. I think Meatball... Oh, he just slumps. He's like... The sun is, has come out. The sun has seriously come out. I'm starting to realize that it's been a while since I've streamed at exactly this time of day, because this almost never happens. All music, thank you for the super. What's going on? Performance video was lit. Oh yeah, BTS. Are you guys talking about that? We all know those little slap on the wrist fines are just part of doing business. He'll be fine. Savage, correctly savage, but that's enough of that cat. You guys know why the GME rip happened. So basically what we've learned today is that tweets control the entire stock market. Adam Aaron's tweet of the at the market offering, Roaring Kitty's tweet. That's the problem with this this rip. Like it got us clean over 233, which is fantastic. But that's the reason why this rip couldn't continue, because Roaring Kitty came out, everyone got really excited, and then the bears came into control and said, "Well, it's just a tweet." But you don't forget, just a tweet. That's our captain speaking. This is your captain speaking, and it's time for tendies. All right, Ryan Cohen's "God Bless the United States of America" decoded. Hold on, this is 40 seconds. So hold on, let me see if I can play the sound. Okay, I'm not sure if there's any sound here. Wish this was part of the GME video, but let's look at this. So Ryan Cohen's "God Bless the United States of America." Hold on, one sec. Fact. Mother of all short squeezes. Load beer. Load beer. Yeah. Huge. T-E-N-D-I-E-S. Ah. Yes, Benedict Cumberbatch. The game is afoot. Stop is afoot. Wow. That was something. God bless America. Next time you say God bless America, you're actually just saying GME huge tendies. No. Okay. Oh, they're full moderators. I thought they were leaving. I'm like, oh my god, that got me scared. GameStop stopped geo-blocking their website. DTC005. eToro, Citadel's filing Form Ds. There are a lot of catalysts today in terms of where the price action is going. Let's actually take a look at the options chain from today. Imagine not being able to tweet a video of your cat without your lawyer calling you within 2.8 seconds, forcing you to delete. Wait, has he already deleted his tweet? No, I still see it. 29 minutes ago. Live streams from Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern. Maybe it's time for him to update his Twitter profile name. Ashley Kitschy coming in again. You can check out TIRX. Oh, that's right. So I am logging into Ortex. That's what I was doing. Oh my god, that B key. Meatball. Give that boogers out of your eyes. Okay, so now I'm logging into TIRX. I have now logged into TIRX. So we have... I put this over here. Can I put it over here instead? Yes. Yes! 17.68% short interest on AMC. Nothing's really changed. Let's change that to TIRX. Oh, that doesn't exist. Is it because TIRX is not on the New York Stock Exchange? That could be it. So Ortex, TIRX. Hold on, while that's loading. Good morning, Farima. What's going on? Thank you for the super. The GameStop is afoot. Big inverted head and shoulders on AMC. I see it. I'm starting to see it. Yes. Big inverted head and shoulders. Somebody has done their due diligence here. So that looks like that. Farima coming in. What's going on? Good to see you. All apes together. What's going on? BTS Sandwich says AMC share count or something. No, it's just the at the market offering. For now. There could be some more stuff coming up, but for now. Okay, has we finished loading TIRX? And now we take a look at shorts. Maybe we can't look at shorts. TIRX. NASDAQ. Short interest. Looks like only 3% of the free float is on loan. So the current SI is only 2.7%. I mean, China could be blocking some of this data. Borrow rate, FTD, short interest, and let me know what you think. I shorted from 100 down to 10. So 260% cost to borrow average. Now that is interesting compared to how much its short interest is. What was the previous short interest? Previous 400,000 last. So it dropped 69% of its short interest. So is Ortex having a bug, or did 69% of the short interest get covered? That's the current question. I don't know exactly what TIRX is. We actually did a whole video about TIRX in the past, and that was mainly because the dip was, as Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful, has said, America and China don't get along. That's why it's an inevitable outcome. But that the cost to borrow rate is incredibly suspicious. Oh, this head and shoulders is not playing out. William Miranda, yo, on break, quick breakdown, please. Sure. AMC faced a significant at the market offering that gave it the boost it needed for its Tuesday morning. Hit its high of 32.70 during the pre-market, and now is trying to retake 31.69. That's the next level to look at. We're watching for this inverse head and pattern shoulder to finish up. Is not taking. Looks like due to hitting up against 161.8% retracement at 29.70, it looks like a hard mistress to master. GME over here had this. We had this rip live because of DFV's tweet. Too many people piled on, but not enough to show for it. Then we returned back to the same level, but bounced off of 233. So that was an important tweet. In any case, DFV was able to give us the boost we needed to start trending above 233 instead of below it. Ashley says, look at FTDs, they're sky high. Short interest, settlement day, DTC, utilization cost to borrow, days to free float. Can I look at TIRX on Stonko tracker maybe? On Fintel. TIRX FTD Fintel. But just TIRX Fintel. My eyes. The goggles, they do nothing. Okay, I didn't mean for that to be two different pages here. But short borrow fee, short volume, FTD. This is all from April. We don't have May data quite yet. 144,000. 144,000 failed to deliver at the end of April. Now that's actually significant compared to the number of shares short. Short volume of about 60,000 is already 20% of the short volume ratio. So that's 140,000. I guess we have to wait until May data comes out. Oh, am I ready for more Ravenloft D&D music? Heck yeah, I can't wait. D&D. So, if anybody has any questions about why this stuff happens. So the inverse head and shoulders is actually starting to play out. So we have the opportunity to play this here. This is just an extra shoulder. This is like a lump on your back. But you see that this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-part impulse wave is also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-part impulse wave here. Now, that said, this 6-part, I'm hopeful, is going to bounce off of 238 and then continue upward. GME burring again. Brrr. Joji's like, they're probably watching your live stream and saw you say, oh, reverse head and shoulders, and they were like, oh, we can't let that happen. Darn you. Melvin, come fight me like a man. Ken, come on, we can do this peacefully. We can do this peacefully, Ken, please. Ba 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 da da dee dee da dee dee. When are these conversations gonna happen? This one's gonna happen this time, which is great. I just don't have any of these. Have you ever just had a day where you're like, wow, I had a whole weekend to do something, and then you don't do anything? And then you're like, uh-oh, I think that was my fault. If you don't do anything all week, then it totally becomes your fault. Okay, when is this? What time this is? Did that happen? Okay, let me answer a couple more of your questions, especially since I think some of you are asking about other coins and other ticker symbols. So if you guys have a specific question about that, this is your chance to talk about it. Ah, sweet. Solid. Okay. AMC checking the air and the tires. Oh yeah, just making sure these go. Gotta make sure that pumped up. Making sure that we're all feeling good for the road trip ahead. Making sure that we are jacked to the T's. Ken knocks on your door in full boxing attire. I'll take him. Ken, you heard it here. No holds barred. You are a YouTuber now. It's allowed to challenge Kenny Boyd to the ring. All right, listen. Logan Paul level of boxing You and me, Kenneth Griffin. Let's go. I'm gonna be the one doing all the ducking. Just ducking. Whenever I can. Just duck. Daniel P says, was in jail. Long weekend. TMI. No, it's just enough MI. And it might not be enough I, actually. I'm curious about what happened then. Okay, let's go back and look at this. Trending as normal for now. Horizontal man can help, but only if Elon Musk knows of his existence. Huh? Is this a crypto? Sushi swap, any value? People are asking about. Have I made Meatball coin yet? No. But I will. Let's see. People don't. Who's bullish on me against Ken? Come on. It's me versus Ken. It's not like an actual, like, man, boxing man. Oh, Horizontal Man is an NFT. Ah, thank you. Dustin Walker says, you ever been so lazy on the couch you have to look how far the remote is away from you and you just settle for what's on the TV? That does happen. Kilgore wants me to look at some Discord messages. It's actually over here. So what I'm going to do is I have to look at my face real quick. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And now we're back to the charts. Something about Lou versus Wall Street. It looks like the guy's a fraudster who was arrested in the Dominican Republic. Okay, let's see what Kilgore has to say. Lou. Wait, it's not Lou versus Broad Street, right? Ooh. Uh-oh. Huh. I don't know anything about Lou. So I'm afraid to, like, if this was, I thought this was a CNN, but it's CDN. So I'm not sure if this is a valid source, but just so you guys know, Kilgore is bringing to attention, Luis Alberto Bravo has been arrested of fraud. The National Drug Control Directorate from Dominican Republic, maybe, arrested an American who was wanted by authorities. I'm not sure if this is relevant, but Kilgore brought it to the attention, so I wanted to make sure that at least we had some eyes on it. Ooh. Andrew was right about 2977. You know, I can't be right all the time. This is starting to look like a real lumpy shoulder. It's because we were rejected once at 2970, twice at 2970. This is starting to look like the case of bulls want this inverse shoulder to happen, and the bears are like, no. No. Mostly because 161.8 is like the high ground. It's really easy to hold this position. Right? It was easy to bounce off of it when we bounced off of it earlier, and it's easier to hold it if we were currently trending underneath it. Once bitter enemies, horizontal and vertical man, invest in Doge and do crime. Oh man, that's pretty funny. NFT.GameStop. Now that's a cool. I can't wait for that to be something. I think GME's next big push is going to be about that NFT. All right, let's look at GameStop bouncing off. Let's just put our predictions back up. There we go. All right, now it's bouncing up of this level of support here at 237 here, which is what we're looking for, which is what we like. Love to see, hate to see. It's happening. Rooting for Mayweather. Paul pushes all my buttons in the wrong way. Wait, are they still? He's going against Mayweather? Oh. You want Mayweather to come up here. I get confused easily. I get nervous on airplanes. Looks like the humpback of Notre Dame. It's just one man with a cape. That's the Head and Shoulders. He's facing off. It's Batman. He's facing off in this opposite direction. Like this is Batman's like head. He has his pointy ears here. Right? He's like unhappy. Right, and his cape is blowing in the wind. That's not a bad Batman. I'm gonna keep that. It's either a Batman or a cat. Do the arm thing. The arm thing? Mrs. K, coming back in. Andrew, how can hedges continue with naked shares after it's so well known, and can they continue indefinitely? Who determines when margin called? Margin is called based on risk. So technically the DTC controls when margins are called, or whatever clearinghouse the short whale needs to report to, right? And the largest clearinghouse of all the clearinghouses is the money cartel, DTCC. So the DTCC sets like you have to have this % of money. And if you don't have this % of money, then you are this % of money in money. So that's confusing because you have assets and you have money. And so some of it needs to be like a certain like liquid amount. So this % needs to be money. And then this could be like stocks or houses, or it doesn't matter. Some of it needs to be money, and when the DTC new regulations come out that say more of this needs to be money, that could increase chances of margin calls. If they come out and say, you know, you can't, like 005, you can't be doing stuff that hurts the system and hide your FTDs inside deep in the money calls, that also is something of the DTCC's prerogative to be able to increase the chance of margin calls. But it's all about money. It's about how much money you have. So you can technically ignore all of the DTCC like new ways to try to margin call you if you just had more money. You see, money solves all the issues. That same thing happened when Citadel came in to rescue Melvin. Melvin didn't have enough money. Citadel's like, we have money. So now you don't have to be margin called. I want to see Mayweather versus Kenny G. Now that I like that. Diogo says, we are going to moon. Believe me, I am god of trading. I'm grandson of Warren Buffett. Yeah. No one lies on the internet, so that's what's going on here. We're real close to 1,000. This is a family-friendly morning show. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take these diamond toe flip-flops from andrewmomoney.com, the merch store, and then I'm going to juggle this with a wad of cash. So here's $10,000 and 2 flip-flops, and I'll juggle this at 1,000 likes. At 1,600, I'll take a shot. How about that? We just have to get this to 1,600 before that. But first, family-friendly, I'm going to juggle this, not real money, at 1,000 likes. Joji Soros says, I will admit, I think Kenny G will cry like a baby. You know, it's surprising when you feel pain, if you've never felt that kind of pain before. Kenny G feels that pain all the time from his wife and his boyfriend and his wife's boyfriend, but not this kind of pain. Thaddeus says, I think I hate the don't dance meme because I have mini dance parties in my computer chair on literally every green candle of moderate. Who says don't dance? You can dance, just don't post it to the world. Don't celebrate too early, but you can dance. Winnie Singh says, bro, any AMC call options you like or would personally go for? I understand not a financial advice, thanks. So when you have the options chain coming up hot, let me pull it up over to the left. I would say right now that rolling up to $30, sorry, rolling $30 would have made sense if we didn't have the crazy news this morning. We were at $26 at previous close. There was no like guarantee that we would be up to 30 bucks, and yet here we are. So if you're looking at, let's say the options chain from like yesterday, because I can't load the one from today for some reason. So from Friday, you're looking at the options chain rolling all the way up until like $50, $59 over here. There's like $9 million of calls. I would say that any amount of like money you would, as a rule of thumb, that's like 20% greater than the price action right now, even for the most volatile of stocks, is probably just throwing away money. It's just feeding the beast called the short whales that sell these covered calls to you to make more money. And that's their actual, one of the best ways that they can make money during a hard-won battle against the long whales. Now that said, if you wanted to be able to take a look at AMC's 20% out, which is about 36 bucks, right? Let's look at how many people want $36. So right around 35 to 36, we have $11 million of puts and calls here. And then all the way up to $40, we have $47 million worth of calls. So if you join this cohort of people, this is 30%, 35% out. And it may be significantly out of your way. But right now, you would have trouble getting up to $40 without more calls ramping us up. That's the point of a gamma squeeze, is that if you have these like little peaks and valleys, you're going to lose momentum somewhere around here, and the next peak might never be in the money. So you might be a hero by putting some of your calls within these valleys to be able to increase the chances of rolling up to the next number when we roll and squeeze from the coerced buying of the hedgies and the short whales having to cover these bets. Ken Griff doesn't deserve that name. It's like that name. You've besmirched the honor of the Ken Griff name. Ken looks like one of those dumb NPCs in Elder Scrolls. Oh, totally. Your stolen goods are forfeit. Your money or your life. Peace Cobbler Adventure says, good morning! And mods, and chat, ready! This is one of the more interesting parts of Ken looks scared 24/7. It is one of the more interesting parts of the fact that GME's short interest never rises. And so in that case, we are constantly looking at 1% or so for its, we'll put this here. We'll put this here. So you're constantly looking at like 1% or so on Ortex. So this is GameStop here, 1% cost to borrow, still above 20% in terms of short interest. So I would say for GME, it is cheaper to keep it low, but it's still a money game because you have to locate those shares if there's none to borrow. Ken Griff, Joji Shore says, Ken Griff looks like NPC from WoW that you just gank for the look on his face. You're like, I don't like the way your character is rendered. Yeah. Got him. All right, so Amazon, Bain Capital, and Citadel bust out the competition. So let's look at what this DD is actually talking about. Someone mentioned bust out earlier, so I have to bust this out. This is my natural energy. I don't need coffee. I just need to scream into the void. Ah! Ah! AMC! Okay, in a bust-out scheme, the identity of credit line of a business are used to obtain loans and goods with no intention of repayment. In some instances, businesses are created for this sole purpose. In others, legitimate businesses are acquired and used for the fraud. Fraud. Me likey. Don't clip that. I'm sorry, but you showed that you found the dip with one of your software. How did you proceed exactly? Thank you so much for your teaching. Well, this is how we do it. You go to the description. Hold on, Bruno. This is for you. I'm going to edit the chat here so that we get cheat code here. This is how we check for bugs. Frankly speaking, welcome to the Mo Monkey tier. I thought you were already a member, but welcome back if that's the case. Let's see now. Who was talking? Bruno. My B doesn't work. Oh. That B is working way less than it used to. Check this out, dip finder. Dip finder. Daniel Peace's DUI man. Oh man, that is TMI. Well, I guess I was the one who asked. One of the herds says he talked about how most HF shorts only shorted at 1% of their profile, and it won't cause a margin call unless GME goes insanely high, like we all want. So yes, the margin call squeeze is the mother of all short squeezes. We need margin calls to actually cause the price to skyrocket to infinity, to reasonable, functional infinity. That's why I usually, when there's something that's like not mathematically possible, I say functional, like functional immortality. Remember the mortal candle theory? All of you guys remember that? I shared with you my lasting legacy, which is what I would want to be remembered as, not as a YouTuber, but as the philosopher of mortality and candles and teleportation. Today's the first day of June. And I hope that doesn't surprise many of you. Rent is due. Hopefully that's okay. Poutine from Canada. Ooh. Okay, so the problem with Bulls on Parade is saying use the MACD. Well, let's try, right? Let's see if we can actually use the MACD here. I know it serves its purpose as like one possible indicator. It's not like perfect, but it definitely is far from like accurate sometimes too. For example, we're trying to figure out when this rip happens, right? The MACD is a perfect example. However, let's say that we were looking at this as a potential for the MACD crossing over the signal line, and then you would have bought in here, right? And then you would have gone down. Because what actually happened was the MACD faked you out, looked like it was actually going to cross, and then come back down, right? So how do you differentiate that from this level here? So that's something that cheat code hopefully creates more signals for, so that you don't just blindly follow a MACD into a bounce off of a signal line that it never was meant to challenge and then cross over. Ashley Kitschy, what's up? Welcome. You guys are now, I'm not sure if you know this, but Special Infantry Operations members of the Moon Platoon. Mab Music says, I'm not paying rent, I'm buying AMC. Interesting decision, Cotton. Let's see if it plays out. Oh, that's 1,000 likes? All right. Ladies and gents, the comedy stylings of Andrew juggling, this is $10,000, and then here's some diamond toe flip-flops from the merch store, andrewmomoney.com. Don't forget. Here we go. It's actually much longer, and it's not. It's too oblong to do a proper juggle. Hold on. Because it's basically a club. It's basically a club. Wow, that was embarrassing. I'll try again later. If I had more room, or if I was standing up, that might be possible. Anyway, now we all we need is 1600 for the shot of Glen. I'm gonna pull the Glen up so that it's in sight. It's on site. And now I'm gonna get a little bit of coffee to hype up. Homeless AMC holder. Well, it's homeless future millionaire AMC holder. Just kidding. We're not advocating you to not pay rent today. Rent is due. Checks are okay. Oh, we've had fun today. 85,400 subscribers, almost to 86. So you guys are watching. Okay, so let me get some coffee. Take a look at baby Grogu, right? I want to insert this on my desk. That's coming up in a second, as well as more about where AMC and GME are headed later today. Let's see if that inverse head and shoulders played out. It did not. Great, but that double bottom looks pretty sharp. Huh. So AMC is facing a double bottom. That's that George W. Not only is this head and shoulders coming in, but this George W. looks very positive to me. Might not be able to take this time around. If it does get rejected, I'm waiting for it to try again. And like I said, GME does seem like it is wedging downward. So these are both looking like getting ready to rip. I almost feel like I want to... because the videos I just recorded are going to become irrelevant if these rips happen. But this is starting to become like an inevitable, like ridiculous rip for both of these for different reasons, right? One double bottom here, and one bullish wedge there. Ooh, it's a good day to be a holdler. Where did Meatball go? Bold move. Okay, I might be experiencing some technical difficulties, so I'll be back in about like 10 seconds. And it's gonna get better. Status update, there is no more coffee. So I'm gonna drink some coconut water, I guess. Your mouth to the universe's ears, Andrew. Come on, AMC, hit that 30 so my AM buy doesn't make me feel like a loser. Enter the top tier at GME DD on the left. This is the top tier DD, guys. Let me see if my stream is smooth. If it lags too much, I'm gonna be sad. But also I might have to... Come on, AMC, hit that 30 so my AM buy doesn't make me feel like a loser. Enter the top tier at GME DD on the left. This is the top tier DD, guys. Okay. Seems okay. Could be worse. Andrew K says, thank you for reminding me to make coffee. Joel McNair, you just reminded me I have instant ramen in my bag. Thanks, Andrew. The streamer giveth and the streamer taketh away. One day I will call upon you to help me remember that I have ramen in my bag. But today it was me that helped you remember that you have ramen in your bag. All right, so this wedge might actually want to play a little bit closer to the chest here, which is okay. So this wedge is going to take a second to reconsolidate. This is 1 touch point, 2, 3, 4. So that's why this wedge seemed best formed if it came like this. I don't want it to curve. You know what? I'm just going to draw it with Webull. Webull. Draw me a trend line. Here to there, okay. And now here to there. Okay, a little bit further. There we go. All right. And if you want that charting technology, Webull, it's in the description down below. You get 2 free stocks too. I do come in the Discord. I should come more often, actually. But each tier, the Discord chats that I check most often are the tiered chats. Paul Ruiz, give me that coffee. Joel has been holding this ramen since yesterday. Okay, AMC did get rejected, which is following the red pessimistic route here. I'm still expecting a bounce off of the SMA to try to retake. It's a double bottom, guys. Come on. Doesn't get better than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then when it gets to the VWAP, it might get rejected again. So I don't know why I don't stop drawing a little earlier. Christopher Brett, how'd you lose your Grillionaire credit? Andrew, how much risk is there for short sellers to stoop to the level of physical violence against the company and its patrons? This risk would be pretty high. So this is like Occupy Wall Street without any violence, because we're not technically doing anything wrong. And that's the problem, because we're technically not doing anything wrong, but they're technically not doing anything wrong until these criminal investigations are actually taken, like they're given more weight. Because if you can get brought in front of Congress and nobody is like, we're starting a criminal investigation into this, because we've had 3 with every offending member, every single person that has done something illegal. They didn't say that something was going to happen yet. So it seems like the position of Congress, beyond what the SEC is currently investigating, is that everything seems to be in order. Payment for order flow, though, that's the real issue here. No, that's a big distraction from the actual practice of naked short selling, counterfeit short selling, right? As well as rehypothecation of these larger financial institutions based on everything that we've known and loved in the economic system that we participate in. It's now a WV. A WV. I'll still take it. Israel, what's up? SoFi, what do you think? Not financial advice. Well, I've been using SoFi for a long time. I love their product. That said, so I have IPOE here. Oh, it's up 6% already. Oh, it just changed to SoFi. Yes, it just happened today. Let me see. That must be down. Yeah, that's down. I was like, from an IPO or a reverse IPO day, 2250 was its early morning price. I would say that would be overvalued. Now we're actually probably getting to proper value. It's right underneath the VWAP. So I would say that it actually could be undervalued right now. That somewhere is the true price, right? Between 2139 and 2250. That said, Coinbase continued to slide when it IPO'd. So there might be some additional valuing like signals that I'm not considering. But IPOE has been on my radar. I created a whole video about it earlier, from like weeks ago, or not even months ago. Cam the Man Kardashian says, "Tell Meatball I said hello, please." He's not here. Meatball, come on. Cam the Man says hello. Here you go. You want some water? He's so fuzzy. He's such a furry boy. Is that a banjo? No, that is a Kiss guitar. Sorry, a Kiss bass replica. I have the rest of the Gene Simmons outfit as well. West Virginia Mountain Mama. Is catsup a smoothie? Yes. But that's why all pumpkin spice coffees are also smoothies. What's AMC's next support level downward? Yeah, well, I don't know why you would need to know that because we're not going downward, but it is 25.54 and then 23.47. All right, so I wanted to be strong about me calling this, but now that the VWAP is consolidating downward, I might imagine that we're gonna have to try again. But this rate, we might actually be double topping, and we might actually have to bounce off of 28. Let's find out. But in that case, then this double bottom is not gonna take. Is this the WV I was talking about? It was the WV that somebody was talking about. Unless you're talking about the VWAP here, which is this line, this orange line here. Okay, I've been sleeping on this DD for a little bit too long, so let me see what this is all about. Oh, Amazon.com. Quidzy. Quidzy was an awesome adversary. They had domains in successful businesses like diapers.com. This is from yesterday. I could have uploaded this yesterday. I was so tired yesterday. AMC has just crossed over 200 million. I mean, not just because it happened like a minute ago, but AMC now hovering around $30. Yeah, it's taking. It's taking. AMC, fledgling baby boy, getting rejected at the VWAP. That's okay, bud. Take your time. Uh-oh. Oh, all our dreams are coming true. We just need that clean break above its VWAP here. Looks like this is also the... Well, okay, so... I am doubtful that this is where this wedge is going to break. So that's why I'm imagining that this is more like the price action here. So I think this is going to be a rejection right here. Because this wedge is not over. That's the thing. You have to basically look at this chart and think about where if it's bullish or bearish, and this chart if it's bullish or bearish. Both are very bullish right now. It depends on how bullish. Oh, I wish I uploaded something yesterday, but I was too tired. That's just how life is sometimes. We're gonna need pics of me and the Gene Simmons gear. Didn't happen. Well, Halloween is coming up. Halloween is coming up. He misses the rage. 618 AMC put wall. Can you explain? No. Well, okay. So it depends on what AMC put wall, but we had one earlier. So if you wanted to understand more about the options chain, Tiblio was a really good opportunity to be able to. Those of you who are asking me options questions. We even had the founder of Tiblio come on the show on Friday to talk a little bit more about what the app offers. So if you guys hadn't checked it out yet, it's a pretty great tool. It's in the description. Papa's got a brand new bag. Wow, now this is long. Now this is long. And there's no too long to read. Well, we got lots of videos that we gotta make. Interesting, DD. Sonny Patrick, keeping it real. Bought more AMC now that we broke 30 bucks. Hawksoft says, I want you to get more viewers. I like you. Hawksoft, you know, I like you too. Can we get you dressed as Gene Simmons singing VWAP to the tune of Mbop? Caution to the wind. Now you're really combining. You're really combining everything that we needed to know. Oh wait. Okay. All right. This price action. It's going. It's taken off. So this is the blue track that I've been tracking for a while. This part is my prediction that it would punch through. And now that it has, I am still cautiously optimistic. I guess I'm just surprised that this wedge is not creating a massive rip. Because if this is a rejection, then that's fine. We'll get supported again at the VWAP. But it's not a rejection, but it's also not a rip. It's just chilling. Just relaxing. 239.20. We do need 2 tickers. How do I get that? Guess I can just pull Webull up on a different screen. That'll do it, actually. Okay, let me see my face for a second. I'm gonna get Webull's ticker pulled up as well. That's the technology that we have. Okay, this goes here. Volume slowed down on both by a lot. What is starting to become midday? Feel the burn. Hawksoft. What's up? First time watching you. how many shares average price? Yeah, I can show you right now. I can show you my position, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so that's my AMC position, that's my GME position. And now that we have Webull pulled up over here. Wait. Wow, this is being terrible UI. Seriously? Okay, because I can make this super big. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna copy this one. And I'm gonna do this. There we are. And that way we have both AMC and GME here. Okay, hold on. Let me just move AMC over here. That's better. Boom, now everyone wins. Aha, technology. There. Kingriff confirmed to be a RuneScape's gold scammer. Ooh. Okay, I realize that this needs to be smaller. Not like smaller, but like I need to make it more consolidated. There we go. Solid. Okay. Chris Leal says, like I said, it's like AMC is constipated for that takeoff. You know, it's not wrong. Is the volume really insane? Well, it was insane, but now it's just reasonable. So there's 4.5 million volume on GME, but 216 million volume on AMC, and that was just the first 2 hours of the market open. Explosive bullish alert. Ooh, nutrients and electrolytes. If you're a company that sells something like coffee or kombucha or coconut water, now's the time to have Andrew Mo drink your product on stream. Okay, I do want to be able to show you guys this DD, but for a second, let me see if I can actually pull up something. Whoops, not that one. I have the same like 4 songs stuck in my head right now. Actually really, really annoying. Okay, wait, hold on. So you're on Superstonk. Okay, let me see if there is going to be copyrighted music on this video. Seems like there's copyrighted music on this video, but it's very cool. So what I want to do is I want to play this video without sound so that you guys have a chance to take a look at this. Just a few days until June 9th, and that's true. We're looking at some major catalysts until June 9th occurs, where we're going to have some major attendees coming up because of the GME annual meeting. And the reason why that's so important is because the annual meeting is an opportunity for Ryan Cohen to tell us exactly what's up. Right, exactly what's going on with the price action, the future CEO, right, becoming the chair of the board of directors himself, but also giving the opportunity for both of these stocks a fair shake of which of them is going to squeeze first, right? It's just a matter of when at this rate. Okay, let's take a look. I'm gonna be right back from the little boy's astronaut room in a second. Okie dokie. Alright, good. Glad to see there's no running on my watch, no running in the halls. Until we come back, of course. Okay, so we have this wedge on GME, this little rip, baby rip here off of the VWAP. Looking like it's starting to become a slump on the day, but that's okay. We will be back if there is going to be more explosive action. That's something that we just want to be able to make sure that we're bringing in here. L Bell says, if you want to blame someone, blame my paper-handed husband. All right, everybody, start pointing fingers at L Bell's paper-handed husband. Let's see. Grandma says, shh, he's back. You guys having fun here. Gabe Plankton is giving me 4 more songs. Tarzan Boy by Baltimore, Dog Eat Dog by Ted Nugent, Very Ape by Nirvana, and of course, Baby Shark. Oh no, what are you doing to me? What are you doing to me, Gabe? I am going to start playing those songs on repeat now, in my head. When do they get to the level where they get margin call? Tune in tomorrow to find out. That's the trickiest question that we can answer here. Karma restriction. Wait, hold on, what is this? Last day before being able to post before karma restrictions kick in. Give them hell, boys. Okay, there's new karma and age account filters. Ooh. Look what ticker is being spammed on CNBC. AMC. Oh shoot. Palantir. AMC again. AMC again. You guys can barely see that. Whoops, my bad. Listen to hip hop? Yeah, I do. People are finally seeing it. AMC is gonna look crazy in 2025. Oh, bro, you don't just look how crazy it looks in 2021. For the rest of 2021, it's looking pretty positive. 2025? No, that's a different question entirely. Paper hands equals unloyal girlfriends. Oh. The Satori shill detection system. Roaring Kitty, an animated series. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. Hey, that's great. I mean, that's a little creepy, but this is an excellent Ken Griffin. Cool. Huh. Ooh, Big Pooh Ant Gorilla said made an Ape Andy interlude on SoundCloud. The Angelo Money beat drops tonight. Oh, shoot. Joel McNair says, you taking song recommendations now? Oh, dude, you just tell me what your favorite songs are. I am an open book when it comes to what you guys want to listen to. Hello again from Singapore. What's going on? Big Pooh Gorilla, I'm looking out for your SoundCloud. Wow, it's actually kind of hard to find you. All I get when I search Big Pooh Gorilla is just pictures of poo. Just pictures of poo. I can't find your SoundCloud. Wow, that's annoying. Application suggestions faster than Robinhood to buy in. Huh? Faster than Robinhood? Webull's pretty fast. I always recommend Webull. So, Daniel, the answer to your question is go in the description, look at the first line. Robinhood doesn't care about you, switch to Webull. That's for Daniel. Daniel who? Daniel Rodriguez? Alexandra Rainey says, thank you for being so dedicated to your live stream. Love watching your updates while I'm working. Been watching you since open today. Alexandra, you're going to get pinned. That's how you get pinned. Say something very nice. Boom. You've been pinned. I feel like we kind of need Ken Griffin's animated version to just be pinned on screen somehow. Am I leaving some of my money in after we reach Pluto to thank AMC? I think so. I mean, it's important. It's not all about money. It's about the people that brought you there. Never forget. Ground Control, Major Tom. Don't Stop Me Now. Those are all really good. Shaky Graves. Oh, okay. I'll just listen to these in my spare time. Shaky Graves. You hear that garbage truck? Boom, 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 boom. Let's see. Andrew, what platform do you use for my long-term portfolio? I use SoFi. So you can just take a look at SoFi's link in the description. Okay, I don't know which Daniel I was talking to a second ago, but there it is. That's Webull. Search Spotify for Moon Platoon. Done. Ooh, cool. Oh, those fingers. Meant for cracking. Okay, well, if there isn't much else, I'm going to take a look at this DD. Wait, no, not this one. Run Grump. Shellnet. Hasta la vista, baby. The plan. Increase karma. Activate Satori. Minimize fallout. Ooh, that's kind of cool, actually. To the moon. 200 read. They're now full permission mods. Karma and age limits are going way up, but basically Shellnet is approving users in periodic waves based on behavior over the last few months. Approved users bypass Karma age limits entirely. Sub is secured from mother of all short squeezes. Pack your not a cat bananas. Okay, so it's this DD. And this DD is just like just in case. This channel's slowly moved away from just DD, but you know, it's important to be able to have some of this as well. Solid by Cancer Slug. Joel Ignair says, I'll 100% be checking in to get an opinion from you about it. Yes. Solid by Cancer Slug. Okay, that's going on the list as well. Swapping some music recommendations here. Okay, how close are we to 1600. Not close, so that's why I'm not going to do any day drinking. All right, let's take a look. I had no idea who Satori was this morning. Somebody means about her. I was like, who? Okay. Oh shit, I've been recording this whole time. That's why. Oh man. That's so annoying. But I can't control it. The comedy styling. Okay, that was me juggling very badly. So luckily we don't have to keep that. Okay. Amazon, Bain Capital, and Citadel bust out the competition. Whoa, that's not right. What is this? What is this? When did this get here? Alright guys, let me get rid of everything. Delete everything. Okay, it's not letting me, which is real cool. It's like thinking about it. Oh, wait. Okay, we'll just ignore that. Chance the Rapper's brother, Taylor Bennett, is awesome if you haven't listened to him yet. No, I didn't know he had a brother. Taylor Bennett. I have a lot to listen to. Okay. Ladies and gents, we're looking at some pretty bullish moves for the day. We've been tracking the price action of AMC and GME for much of today's, and yet the volume of 200 million before it was even time to bop out the good works of the power hour. Not quite yet, because what we need to look at is whether or not a bust out is going to put on some fire to the smoldering price action of the midday, right? AMC and GME have some pretty big shoes to fill for the rest of the day in terms of price action, but we want to also understand what Amazon, Bain Capital, and Citadel have busted out. What is a bust out? It's a scheme where the identity and the credit line of a business are used to obtain loans and goods with no intention of repayment. And in some instances, businesses are created for this sole purpose. So this is some God tier DD given to you, recommended by the Hive Mind. Hopefully you guys aren't too shy about that like button. So make sure if the video is not up to 1,200 likes, go and smash it, because we're going to give you guys some insight into what could have happened this past weekend. In this post, they're going to tell you about the scheme set up by Amazon to capture and kill companies for market share. The scheme involves Amazon identifying a target with the help of its gang members, Citadel and Bain Capital. It busts out the target to use it to capture and kill other competitors in the process. So they're going to be talking about Citadel, Amazon, and Bain Capital, but you can easily substitute MM for Citadel, any company from Amazon, and any private equity firm for Bain. So they're simply using these three because they're the parties that they have looked at. So once again, this is just a didactic, helping you guys understand from an education standpoint what you're looking at. So just take these three companies into consideration for this video specifically. All right, Amazon's been known for capturing market share just about every sector of the retail space, right? And this is a little bit of history about what Amazon has been working with in the past. There were other companies that were already successful in the e-commerce world. So instead of starting from the ground up and taking down their competition, Amazon simply acquired the competition. Quidzy, Zappos, etc. Right? Here's Quidzy. The acquisition of this company cost Amazon more than $500 million in 2010, and it wasn't cheap, but it was easier and likely cheaper than taking on competition head on. Diapers.com was a growing and successful online retailer of all things babies related, and even had the first army of warehouse robots, and the same robots used by Amazon today, right? YoYo.com was a toy e-commerce company. Acquiring those guys helped Amazon capture part of the toy market, especially after Toys R Us nuked their deal with Amazon. GME actually breaking out of this pennant right here. Hold on a sec. This is some live price action happening. This is awesome. So like I wrote here for this bullish pennant, GME taking a stroll up, but now getting a little bit of a kicker here at 242.28. All right, so that's the kind of live price action that you would look at if you joined for us on a live stream. So make sure you have your bells turned on so you don't miss the next one. Wag.com is a super interesting company here. Wag is a pets goods supplier. Do you know what any other online pets goods suppliers? Chew on that thought. Zappos says, in 2009, Amazon acquired Zappos for $1.2 billion. Again, not cheap. And to add further insult to injury, Amazon couldn't kill Zappos because the deal left the CEO of Zappos in place and allowed it to operate independently. So there are a lot of ways that Amazon has taken companies before, ate them up. It's easier to deal with them than having to compete with them. Let's look at Bain Capital. Right, it was started and run by Mitt Romney. Heard of him? If you haven't, here's an excerpt by the Rolling Stone when Romney ran back in 2012. You don't have to know too much about Romney to understand that that there has been historic bust out. Bain would start acquiring failing businesses and then bust them out. In fact, Bain would use the business itself as collateral for a loan to buy the business. You know, the business owned credit to buy the business. The process is known as a leveraged buyout, right? And if that sounds crazy, if that sounds rehypothecated, that sounds like something that shouldn't be allowed. You're starting to learn a lot of things about what should and shouldn't be allowed, aren't you? Okay, so quick example. Let's talk about KB Toys. Bain Capital acquired KB Toys in 2002 through a leveraged buyout under the guise of turning the company around. So this was just in front of their real intentions, you guessed it, a bust out. As soon as Bain had control over the company, they issued massive bonuses to executives, bleeding the company of its cash. This would go on until the business declared bankruptcy. KB Toys filed for Chapter 11 in 2004, 2 years after Bain had to come in and turn around the KB Toys. Bain lost control of KB Toys during bankruptcy proceedings in August 2005, but the damage was done, and Bain walked away with some money and some lessons learned. So now that you understand how the intention of using the company itself to leverage its purchase by a private equity like Bain, you now have to understand how this is sinister and plays into Mr. Citadel's hands this time around. Okay. Keep tracking that price level here. Put Jeffrey out into the street. Very soon, the lessons learned from KB Toys, Bain ran after Toys R Us and KKR and Vornado Capital in 2005. When Bain et al. Took over True, they had a debt load of $1.86 billion. But for a company of True size, that was not unusual. Immediately after Bain et al. Acquisition, that debt ballooned to $5 billion, requiring 97% of True profits to service the interest on that debt. Debt made the company with $11.2 billion in sales less nimble and able to navigate the business and finance world. So that's oftentimes when people think about fundamentals, they're trying to understand how much debt, right? How nimble are you? How much like leeway do you have to actually be able to play around with the with your stakeholders and with the direction that your executive team wants to bring you in? That is Coastal making a really good point. Oops, we just accidentally looted the company and sold off all its assets while saddling it with debt. Better pay ourselves bonuses and get out of here. Bain Capital. That's exactly right. So when Bain Capital controlled Toys R Us, True acquired FAO Schwarz in 2006. True also bought Amazon's main competitor in the toys e-commerce sector, eToys.com and Toys.com. When True was finally busted out and tapped out for cash and usefulness, it was liquidated and its parts sold off. It was the end of the massive toy retailer in the US and the UK and the demise of all major toy-specific retailers, both in brick and mortar and online. So, Papa's got a brand new bag. This is where they believe that Amazon discovered a new, cheaper, and far more effective way to kill its competition. Up to this point, Amazon had been buying up and swallowing their competition. This was effective, but very expensive. It's essentially like a mobster coming in and saying, hey, I want to be able to buy your business. And look, GME taking to this wedge. This is what we're talking about all day. We were waiting for it to blow out. Now you guys get to watch it with us live. Take a look. Right now we have GME's price action up to 245.66, and it's no sign of it stopping. Getting close to 248 would be the goal, right? Even passing through that level of resistance would be even better. Okay. So, killing its competition by like buying it, pretending like you want to save it, and then crushing it is like the mobster coming to your house, pouring gasoline over everything and saying, you know, it would be nice if I could buy your house right now. It seems like it's about to go into flames. So what if an Amazon could use a company like Bain Capital and do a takeover of a company that had a massive market share that Amazon would like to capture? There's a problem. How do you get Bain to take over a publicly traded company? Hostile takeover, sure, but that would be expensive again. Buying all the stock at the market would not only be costly, but also may backfire when shareholders refuse to sell. Remember, we talked about coercive buying before. It often comes with a lack of supply. Okay, well, what if you could lower the share price in some way that made it possible to take over the company? How could this be done? As we all know, short selling on its own can't affect the share of a price, but it benefits when the share price declines. Well, what if that's not true? Short selling does affect the share of a price. Well, what if you are not truly interested in shorting a company to make money off the share price decline? There must be a way to lower a company's share price by increasing the supply of shares on the market. Share dilution. Oh shoot. Naked short selling, of course. This is one guy selling to a bunch of buyers but not having any of these shares. There's also counterfeit shorting. Amazon and Bain Capital are not capable of diluting shares of any company they do not control. So how could they even do this to the competition? They need a partner, someone who has access to a share printing machine. But who do we know that has access to one of those? Uh-oh. Here they come again. Citadel can create and sell fake shares, driving the... It's not fake yet, right? It's legally, in all intents and purposes, completely fake. But if you need to think about it in a specific way, it's a share that is yet to be real. It's like a Pinocchio share. It's a share that might be located one day, might not be. Who knows? Okay, so the game members, Amazon the leader, Citadel the dealer, Bain the butcher, and Washington Post and Motley Fool's the liar. But now they need a plan. So number one, identify a target. Number two, install or require inside man on the board of the company. Number three, spread rumors about the target, right? Perception is everything. Create a class action lawsuit against the company, fire up the printers and flood the market with fake shares of the company. Company either declares bankruptcy or is delisted, and then perform the leverage buyout of the company. Bust it out, acquire other competition to capture and kill. Then, when the company is so saddled with debt that it can no longer stand, kill the company and let the wolves feed off of the carcass. So, job done. Amazon kills its competition. Bain Capital makes a pile while busting out the company, and Citadel keeps all the money it made selling fake shares. So everybody wins. And so far, we've only seen Citadel's side. So now this is a holistic story. We needed a narrative to be able to make sense of everything that we have seen so far, because we as of right now only have the snippets, only have piece by piece of what we think is actually right in front of our noses, right? But as it turns out, that's just a tip of the iceberg. It's a perfect, foolproof plan until it's not. Enter GameStop and the Apes. Rut-row, you guys need to know the rest of the story. Seems to me the only band member who is going to come out of this unscathed is Bain Capital. They get to slip through the back door and leave the rest of the band holding the bags. Right? This is starting to become a real drama. What's the conclusion? They think that Citadel is just part of the machine. They believe massive companies like Amazon, Microsoft, Netflix, and others have been using this scheme since the financial crisis of 2008 to capture and kill their competition. They believe that there are many moving parts in this plan, and Citadel and Kenny are just a foot soldier, not the mastermind. Oh shoot, there might be a bigger Bowser at the end of this world than we expect. Kenny just might be a hammer bro. That is awesome. Holy moly. Okay. Well, that said, take a look at this photorealistic cartoon of Kenny's face and tell me, does that not look like a hammer bro to you, right? Mini boss time. We just demoted Kenneth Griffin. And if you want to follow the story more, I'm including the link in the description as well as finding it in the future with the subscribe button, because we're going to be able to pile on more research like this, more intense swag giveaways like 90,000 subscribers, but most importantly, you're going to be able to follow the price action with us live. So thank you guys for chilling with us. Thank you guys for those of you who've supported the show by pressing the join button down below or next to the subscribe button, or by going on the Patreon and supporting us there. And the super chatters, you guys, you're the real heroes. Thank you guys. So everything now squared out of the way. We're going to end the stream, and I hope you guys have a very nice day. Peace. So that is going to be the end of this morning's stream. Seems like the bullish wedge that was predicted did play out. It lost a little bit of steam trying to cross over 244. Now playing underneath $244, which is going to be the resistance that it's going to face for the rest of the day. But look at that perfect price prediction, perfectly played out. So again, hopefully you guys are going to take a couple of these technical analyses, tips and tricks, play with them yourself, try to see. The most important way to be able to get this kind of skill is to make a prediction and see where it goes, right? If you're wrong, you've learned something. If you're right, you've learned something. Now, either way, hope you guys had something to take away from it. So we will be back if the price action gets nice and spicy towards power hour. But if not, hope you guys had a great morning, because a lot of the price action this morning was the first we've seen in a very long time. And that explosive bullish alert, right? This wedge doesn't seem like it's fully played out yet. If this is just a small step along the way and GME starts going ballistic, right, we will be back and you guys will be the first to know. So thank you guys so much, and we'll see you guys in the money. Peace. All right, everyone's gone? All right, here's the secret message. You're awesome. Okay, bye.